It's kind of confusing, isn't it? I mean, this one, it looks just like the AC200 Max 200p. I mean, they all look the same. So you might be saying, why would you spend like a couple $100 more for this newer model? How about, maybe you want to actually charge this thing up from the wall, fairly quickly, and you don't want to have to use some like huge power brick either to do it. So that's the main reason right here. Now there are a few other little reasons. Maybe you want to do just more solar. You can do more solar. It's not a huge difference. In the others, the other models, it was decent. And then how about just the screen? Maybe you don't want to deal with the touch screen. It's kind of, it was disappointing, really, considering Bluetti, they invested in that screen. They pretty much put it on all their products, and nobody really liked it. So that was kind of a fail. Now, the one thing I would say is, if you don't want to use an app, if you don't want to deal with, the phone and all that stuff, it was nice to be able to kind of customize, change the settings, right from the unit. But again, like the screen itself, it wasn't great. It was low contrast. The font, it was just hard to read, hard to see. This one, it's the complete opposite. So yeah, it's just going to give you basic information, but guess what? Actually, it gives you pretty good information here. I mean, it's got input output for each, DC and AC, at the same time. But the main thing is it's bright, it's bold, even in sunlight, you're going to be able to read it, which, good luck reading the touchscreen in the sunlight. And so, yeah, if you want to charge this thing up fast from the wall, 2,400 watts is what they're saying. Now, you might say, well, I thought I could only pull like 1,800 watts from my wall outlet. Yeah, exactly. So good luck doing this. I mean, of course, maybe you do have a 20 amp circuit. I mean, sometimes you find them in your kitchen. Otherwise, you're going to have to use the app. You're going to have to lower this. And I would lower it even below 1,800 watts. I mean, it's kind of risky. You might trip it, or, maybe, I don't know, somebody might plug in something else on the same circuit. So, what I would say? Lower it to 1,500 watts. Let's just do it that way. 1,500 watts, it's going to take an hour and a half, basically. It's still fast. And so, yes, we do get that bidirectional inverter. That's what enables the fast charge, and that also enables UPS. So, and then the other thing is, when you are doing these fast charges, the fans are going to come on. Well, in this model, supposedly they did make them quieter. So, that is nice. And as I mentioned, the solar is a little bit better here, 1,200 watts versus 900. So yeah, it's up a little bit. Now the voltage range, up to 135 volts. So that's still very good. I think they actually lowered that a little bit for some reason, but still very good. Lots of panels in series, lots of big residential panel, whatever you want to do, basically. Keep it below 135 volts, 1,200 watts. It's a good amount. You're going to be able to charge it up in a day. If you have sunlight, you're going to be able to do that. So that's important. And this higher solar input actually might come in handy, if you want to expand this unit. If you want more capacity, then obviously, more solar, if you got 8 kilowatt hours, as they say here, then all of a sudden you do want more solar, because how are you going to charge up 8 kilowatt hours with 900 watts? You're not going to. You need the 1,200 watt. You need to max it. You need to max that thing out, right? Now, the thing is, you might be looking at this saying, what's going on here? There's actually 3 different batteries that they're saying you can use. And this is a proper expansion. If you're familiar with some of Bluetti's lower end models, they claim expansion, but it's really just, extra capacity that you can feed into the main unit. It doesn't work like a true expansion system. These ones do, but down here, you're going to have to spend more money. You got to buy the cable to do this. But, it is going to, in some cases, double, triple, quadruple your battery capacity, right? So that is appealing. And depending on how much weight, how much are you able to lift might determine which battery you want to go for. Or This one here is actually the newest one, the B210. That one is actually water resistant. It's got some kind of water rating on it. You know, I don't know what it is. You know, you can get it wet basically. The other one's not, don't do it. So it's just a quick rundown here. You know, it's not a full, this is not an in-depth thing, you know. This is just the, you know, maybe you're confused, so we're going to keep it simple. That's the whole point of this video. Now you might say, well, you know, I need more information to make a decision. Take it, roll the dice. I mean, really, roll the dice here. You're not gonna, it's not gonna be a bad product no matter what you go with, right? I mean, this is the thing. If you don't have a power station, if you don't have a solar generator, if you have nothing right now, you're SOL, aren't you? So, you know, just get something. Is, you know, get something here. Now, if you want to ask me, you know, what's my opinion? Yeah, get the newest model, of course. It's going to have all the latest tech. You don't want to buy something that's outdated when there's a newer model available. It doesn't make sense, you know. Now, you might say, well, you know, I can get it for cheaper. Look at this. It's not much cheaper, you know. It's really not. If this was like half the price, then yeah, of course. You know, but yeah, looking at these specs here, and the little things too, like we said, the quieter fans. I don't know. Is it more efficient? Probably is. That, you know, these are the little things that these companies have been trying to tweak. You know, I mean, they all basically have the same batteries, so you know they gotta they gotta make improvements somewhere. There's no wireless charging. Okay, you know, I don't know what else is there. You know, is there any other reason to go for the Max? I don't know. I don't think there is. Hopefully you found this overview, or this, I guess it wasn't an overview. It was more of a discussion, really, of, you know, just some of the major differences here, you know. They look the same, right? They look the same. So, yeah,